Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the program. Today we are going to talk about a rather serious topic, the future.
We live in an era of heightened ecological consciousness. Never before have we felt so alienated
Then I heard about something called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
from nature. Despite our domination of the natural world through technology, there's a pervading sense that we have in turn lost touch with our environment.
A pound of Stork SB margarine, 26.5p. 3 pounds of McDougall's flour, 24.5p.
And a third of those chicks are dying in their nests with their bellies full of plastic.
And all of the products, all the beverages, all of our food is packaged in plastic.
150-gram carton of ski yogurt, 7.5p.
Parents are swooping down into the sea and seeing these colourful bits of plastic.
A 200-gram pack of Jacob's cream crackers.
It's primarily made from petroleum.
And everything in this supermarket is up for grabs. Go on, fill your trolley as high as you can, because shopping has never been so much fun.
But I think we came from another planet, and the reason is because we don't like it here. I mean, why, if we're from here, if we belong on Earth, why aren't we comfortable on Earth at all? We need nice, smooth surfaces and right angles, and we need it to be cool and not too hot, just a little, just perfect.
I will jump in the ocean at the drop of a hat. If you dare me, I will jump in.
Don't go near the water. Don't you think it's sad?
I love to swim. I'm an eternally aspiring longboarder. I scuba dive, I snorkel, I body surf. But over the years, I began to notice more and more in the course of my life, a lot of plastic in the ocean.
As well as improving our day-to-day life, plastics help us with some of the global challenges we face. Take, for example, the availability of food and fresh water for our growing population.
Just eat the shit on the floor. I left shit all over the floor. Fucking corn and wheat and shit. Grab it and make some bread. What are you doing? Yeah, but it doesn't have like bacon around it and like.
I'm still strong. I'm very, very strong. I've never realized how strong I am. It's all the food that my mother cooked and first of all grew in the garden.
Declining. Major oil industry employers in the UK like Royal Dutch Shell, BP and Shell.
Additives that are added to create the plastic are groups of chemicals. They're called phthalates and they're called bisphenols.
Including obesity, diabetes, Alzheimer's, lower sexual function, sterility, infertility, prostate cancer, breast cancer, and brain cancer.
These chemicals are leaching into our food and beverage and potentially into us.
It's primarily made from petroleum.
Plastic knows no boundaries.
We need to respect the boundaries.
This whole image of giving your children everything you had, and they have to be satisfied and they have to be content, and I think we gave them much too much.
The only way that a sustainable future can include plastic products is if we eliminate single-use plastics and instead turn towards a circular economy in which old products become new products.
No! 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 No!
The throwaway culture being seeded by a combination of forces. The World Bank, I think, has a very big hand in it.
Wanking fucking bankers.
With its massive lending capacity. The plastic culture very much. I mean, the petrochemical industry couldn't have grown as big as it has.
Wars, depression, big business government, bigotry, Middle Eastern oil, a China lobby. What's the matter? Don't you read between the headlines?
No matter what you say, Paul, and no matter how big our problems are, there's still the most important thing of all. We have freedom here.
Just so you know, we have big-time clearance deals in this show, like up to 70%. There's another thing that's like 65%, so a lot of clearance. Here is my pick of the...
And that is through basic, fundamental colonization. You constantly tell people what they do is primitive.
People who are driven predominantly by material goals, by money, status, in-your-face affluence, are likely to enjoy life.
It's the ultimate source of satisfaction within ourselves.
Where you would have things that you didn't actually need, but you wanted.
When some people look at the world today, they are quick to prophesy dark times ahead, difficulties for Britain.
But they had a growing worry. The system of mass production had flourished during the war, and now millions of goods were pouring off production lines. What they were frightened of was the danger of overproduction, that there would come a point when people had enough goods and would simply stop buying.
Diamonds. What else do we have? We sell paradise, and it is only $22 on Easy Pay. How cool is that?
People must be trained to desire, to want new things even before the old have been entirely consumed.
Can she love what he loved in such a world? What about her children and their relation to their past? And what about your children and grandchildren? What becomes of this golden braid?
So, it's really wonderful to have something left behind, even if they are no longer here. They're there, they're in your mind, they're in your air, all around you. It's really a wonderful, wonderful feeling.
Even in art, that requires a canny knowledge of nature, the behavior of the fish, the conditions of the water. But imagine fly fishing in the Anthropocene. The fish are bred to be caught. The river has been improved, so now it is risk-free due to liability concerns. A park ranger is available to help you with anything that's difficult or complicated. Success is ensured.
We think we've defined, at least initially, 9 processes or parts of the Earth's system that we need to respect.
No, you really are. I mean, oh, what trash.
One of them, only 1 out of the 9 is climate change. Our control variable there, well, we chose carbon dioxide. We shouldn't go above 350 parts per million CO2.
I think it'd be quite high.
I think it's quite high. They'd have no choice.
Yes.
I say
387.2. We're in overshoot. One of them is the nitrogen cycle, pulling nitrogen out of the atmosphere, unreactive nitrogen. We need it, of course, to grow food. The food actually takes up a small percentage. The rest of it
higher.
Slightly higher.
Slightly higher.
Slightly higher.
Moves out as pollution, polluting groundwater, polluting the atmosphere, polluting coastal seas. Third one is the one I mentioned, rate of biodiversity loss.
Higher.
Ozone depletion.
Higher.
Aerosol loading, that's pollution.
Higher.
You want to go for it? Go for it.
We're acidifying the ocean. Where should the boundary be there?
Higher.
Global freshwater use. We're using nearly half of the water now that flows to the ocean.
Higher. Higher than 8, you say?
Yes!
Well done. You've played that very well.
We teach our children boundaries. We don't let them play on busy streets. We keep them away from other dangerous things. We accept boundaries as important parts of our life. But we don't do that yet.
Instead of snapping photos of your family standing in front of a beautiful crystal clear blue ocean, they'll be standing in front of a plastic dump.
And I really hope that each of you will join that number and begin cleaning out the single-use plastic from your lives and your bodies.
This is how change starts. It starts with one person.
And care more for our rivers and seas and the precious life they support. And that includes all of us.
And the coastal communities who rely on fishing for income will be displaced and forced to move elsewhere in search of new work, which will cause a huge environmental refugee problem for other countries all around the globe.
So, let's hope that the prospects for improving our lovely rivers are bright, and that our rich wildlife heritage recovers, and flourishes long into the future.